So most people don't understand what I've been saying on my channel for a long time is that Coinbase can't be compared to any other crypto exchange because they are regulated on the New York Stock Exchange. And I guess people that's new to crypto don't fully understand what that means. You have to go through the Securities and Exchange Commission to get regulated. It's hard as hell to be a company where people can invest in your company. They have to show you can't do scamming stuff. You have to show your finance, your records, everything, all your numbers every quarter. Other cryptocurrency companies don't have to do that. So they can tell us whatever they want. They can put together some. Coinbase can't do that. So here go the CEO talking about what happened with Sam
Hey,
Bankman.
Tyler, thank you. And thank you, Brian, for joining us. We have been just in an avalanche of headlines, Brian, over the past several days around what appears to be the collapse of FTX. And given where you stand in this, it would be great to get your just perspective to start with what you're seeing. And did you expect this?
Well, I certainly didn't expect it. And this is a dark day for the customers who have lost funds in this apparent, fraud. We don't know exactly what it is until all the facts are in. But I think there's a few things just as I zoom out here to think about. I mean, one is that, FTX is really, it's not representative of every company in crypto. Compared to Coinbase, for instance, we've taken a very different strategy. We're based here in the United States. We're regulated. We have a New York trust company. We have a license from the CFTC. We have money transmission licenses, and we went public. And so we have publicly available audited financial statements. We don't own a market maker business. We don't invest customer funds without their explicit direction. And so anyway, I think that's an important thing for people to realize in this environment is that not all companies in crypto are like this. And just like the traditional financial system occasionally has a company that goes bad, it is not representative of the whole.
Right. What do you think happened here?
Well, again, it's tough to speculate, without being inside the firm. But what appears to have happened is that customer funds that were, deposited in FTX were somehow made available into Alameda, their market maker, or more like hedge fund activity. And they took some risky positions, and the firm appears to be underwater. But again, I don't have any specific knowledge of what's actually happening. And this is what I've been able to gather from a brief couple of phone calls. I did speak with SBF and CZ briefly during this process, and then just from speaking with outside participants.
Did you see red flags? Your venture arm took an investment in FTX, I believe, back in 2021. And of course, for the last year or two, it appeared that this was a firm that was shooting to the moon at a time that you were competing with it. You know their numbers. You know your numbers.
Mm-hmm. This is partly, I think, why so many people in crypto feel duped, and I do as well, is that I look back at all the interactions that I had with Sam, and, I felt like he was a very bright and genuine and eager person, perhaps a bit young. He's perhaps a bit reckless in certain moments, but not corrupt. And again, I hate to use that word because we don't know exactly what happened. Sometimes people, they get in over their heads, or misunderstandings happen, and so we should wait to reserve to see what happens. When all the facts are in. But the other thing, you mentioned the numbers. I was aware of our revenue last year. We did $7 billion in revenue and about $4 billion of positive EBITDA, and I was aware of their revenue just as an investor, which was more like around $1 billion. And I was surprised at how much cash that they seem to have, and Sam seemed to have, to go out and perform various, investments in the market, both their ventures arm and, buying 9% of Robinhood and various political donations. And I did wonder at times, I was thinking, where is all this cash coming from? And so, you always look back 2020 hindsight, but I certainly didn't feel anything enough to speak up. And so I was as surprised as anybody.